No one on the Caldwell plantation slept that night. The cicadas screamed louder than usual. The wind refused to settle, and behind the big house, a single lantern burned where it never should have. That lantern marked the slave quarters, and inside the plantation house, a girl sat trembling on the edge of her bed. Not because of the dark, but because her own father had just told her, "You belong to him now." By sunrise, the entire plantation would be changed forever. Eleanor Caldwell was not what her father wanted. She was 19, heavy-set, soft-spoken, and painfully kind in a world that rewarded cruelty. In a house built on pride and appearances, Eleanor was considered a failure. Her father, Thomas Caldwell, owned hundreds of acres, dozens of enslaved people, and a reputation for iron control. But his daughter, his only child, was whispered about behind fans and closed doors. "No husband will take her," society ladies murmured. "She embarrasses him," neighbors said. Thomas heard every word, and with each whisper, his resentment grew. To him, Eleanor's body was not just flesh, it was defiance. A reminder that even a man who owned lives could not control everything. On the night everything changed, Eleanor stood before him in his study. He didn't raise his voice. That was worse. "You will go to the quarters," he said flatly. "You will live there, work there, obey there." Eleanor's breath caught. "With the slaves," she whispered. Thomas looked at her like a debt he was tired of paying. "With one of them," he said. "Elias." Elias was not like the others. Tall, quiet, scarred from years of punishment he never cried out against. He was known for two things on the plantation: his strength and his silence. The overseers feared him because he never begged. The slaves respected him because he never betrayed them. And Thomas Caldwell hated him for the same reason. Giving Eleanor to Elias was not mercy. It was punishment for both of them. When Eleanor was brought to the quarters, people turned away. Not out of cruelty but fear. This was a line never crossed. Elias stood when he saw her. Said nothing. Did not touch her. She expected rage, violence, humiliation. Instead, he spoke softly. "You don't belong here," he said. Tears rolled down Eleanor's face. "I know," she whispered. That night, the plantation waited for screams. None came. Days passed, then weeks. Something strange began to spread across the plantation, not rumors, but confusion. Eleanor was seen working in the fields, eating the same food as everyone else, laughing quietly by the fire. Elias never claimed her, never harmed her, never treated her as property. Instead, he taught her how to survive, how to lift weight without breaking, how to walk long rows without collapsing, how to endure hunger, heat, and hatred. Her body began to change, not shrinking from shame, but strengthening from work. But what terrified the plantation wasn't Eleanor. It was Elias. Because people started listening to him. And Eleanor started listening too. She saw the scars, heard the stories, learned the truth her father had buried under silk and silver. And one night, she asked Elias the question no one ever dared. "Why didn't you hurt me?" Elias stared into the fire. "Because they already broke you," he said. "And broken people don't need more breaking." Thomas Caldwell finally came himself. He expected degradation, fear, a daughter begging to be brought home. Instead, Eleanor stood tall when he arrived. Her hands were calloused, her back straight, her eyes unafraid. And Elias stood beside her, not behind. "What is this?" Thomas snapped. Eleanor stepped forward. "You tried to punish me," she said. "But you freed me." Thomas raised his hand. Elias did not move. Not in threat, but in protection. For the first time in his life, Thomas Caldwell felt something unfamiliar. Fear. Because the thing he had built his empire on, absolute control, was slipping through his fingers. History never recorded what happened next. Some say Eleanor left the plantation forever. Others say she stayed and became something far more dangerous to her father than rebellion. A witness. What is known is this. After that year, Thomas Caldwell was never the same. His authority weakened, his cruelty questioned, his name spoken with less certainty. Because one night, In an act meant to destroy two people, he revealed the truth he feared most, that humanity survives even where power tries to erase it, and that terrified everyone.